God bless Alai, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Season 7. Now, I'm not going to talk about how I already talked about this for 14 minutes only to realize that I didn't press record. So we're going to talk about it all again, taking it from the top. Hey, I meant to get you an episode last week about the draft, break it all down, but in all honesty, there's some big changes to Battle Court, and it was my first week back from vacation. Schoolwork took priority for me, and I didn't have the energy to research, dig down deep into that. So I'm just going to give you the quick overview of what the teams are from the draft. So Devils, Nicholas, Benny, Hyro, Ferranda, Kubala, CRB. I don't really like that team. I don't know why. Ferranda, I think he was a 3 last year. Now he's a 4. Amigarena was a 2. Now he's R3. So if you've listened or watched some of the games, you've heard Bleckman and Stu say this is like the deepest battle court. Like, we agree with that 100%, because when you look at the Cyclones draft, who do we have? Manu Iñaki as our number 2. That's a Division 1 player right there. Amigarena, who he was Division 2 last year. We got him as our Division 3. Ikeda as a 4. Bueno, Rock. My one thing, honestly, on this was I would have went Ron over Ikeda. They played head-to-head. Ron beat him. Ron wasn't healthy last year. Maybe that factors into it. But if we're not picking Ron due to health concerns last year, why did we bring back Amiga Reina when he wasn't healthy last season? When he was, I thought Amiga Reina played well, is a solid backcourt player. I think, honestly, we picked it up to have good balance because Amiga Reina is a backcourter. If you look at another option like Lalo, who the Fireballs took at Division 3, he's a front quarter. Maybe I think Ikeda played backcourt for the Fireballs last year, so I don't know. Could we have gotten Lalo as a front quarter and convinced Ikeda to play backcourt? So then we would have had Manu, Ikeda, and Rock as our backcourters, Iñaki, Lalo, and Bueno as our front quarters. Is that a better team? I don't know. Time will tell. Aratz, Urieta, Lalo, Ron, Cabrera, Jedin. That is your Fireballs team. Big changes for them. 4 new players. Like, they're the team with... Are they the team with the most turnover here? I think so. Jedin and Cabrera are the only returning players for them. Iñaki, they let him go, maybe again because of health. I feel like Iñaki, that's again another, because like we had health problems last season and we have played Iñaki. Be healthy, because if he's healthy, I love this team. But anyway, Douglas, Alex, he was Division 1, now he's Division 2. Manny, Julian, Bradley, Correa, that's a new team. Bradley, I think that's a new team. Pretty sure he was a Devil last season. Renegades, go Cherry, Urbieta, go Anaga, Ben, Stan, Flores. Chargers, Zuleika, Iturbide, Ubia, Arta, Gallo, El Barba. Storylines. I don't think the Chargers repeat. Sorry. Battle Court is a tough sport to repeat in. Don't see it happening. Again, tremendous hats off to you, though. This is no insult to the Chargers. What they did in the championship game, again, hats off to you. Props. Zuleika and Benny, shout out that you took down the undefeated Go Cherry and Aratz in that final. Still can't really get over that, honestly. That championship winning shot by Zuleika is one of the best shots in Battle Court. Go back and watch that again if you haven't seen it, or if you're new to Highlight. Other storyline, Go Cherry, you gonna get back to the title game? 2-time champion. It's season 7. if another team wins the championship and gets their total to 2, if the Warriors win it all, if the Cyclones win it all, that would get them to 2. Fireballs, that would be their first championship. Devils have never won it. Can the Chargers get to 3? Let's see. Season 1, Cyclones. Season 2, Renegades. Season 3, Chargers. Season 4, that's Renegades. Season 5, Warriors? Man, now I'm like, I know the Warriors won it in there somewhere. Season 6, Chargers. Yeah. Warriors, your season 5 champs. With, again, like Renegades, are you going to get it done in the playoffs? Storyline there. And the other storyline is Cyclones. Are you going to get back into the playoffs? 2 seasons missing. This is the longest playoff drought in Cyclone history. So are they going to break this drought and get back into the playoffs? Those are for me the big storylines of the season. And then how are the new players going to turn out? And as I just kind of have a live brain fart there, the other big storyline, you guys, is Battle Court has changed. Huge. Not only deep rosters here with a lot of new players. And again, Iñaki as a 2. Ooh, holy smokes. But scoring format, totally different. Erase possible points remaining from your memory. Erase Nasty Nate's hierarchy of Battle Court wins. That's gone. That's gone and done with. No more are you going to be constantly going to the World Highlight League and going, man, if only the Cyclones could get 40 of their remaining 62 points, we would be in great shape. Gone. Because here's what it is now. Every single game day is 6 matches. And it looks like it's going to be 2 singles matches and 4 doubles matches every single time. Maybe they'll change it up. They had a few game days that were different last season, but perhaps they're going to keep that structure because of the new rankings or seedings format where there's no longer points remaining. Here's how it works. You get a win, you get a point. You get a loss, you get no points. You get a tie, you get half a point. That's how you get your points. So, how has that panned out so far? In the first match of this season, the Warriors played the Renegades, and it was a tie, 3-3. The Fireballs took down the first set, Lalo and Cabrera. Correa and Julin took down the second set for the Warriors. Alex for the Warriors took down the second set against Urrieta in a singles match. So that gives you an idea of Urrieta. I don't think he's never played on, maybe he has like a long time ago and I've forgotten. But I'm pretty sure Urrieta has not played on the Magic City Fronton for Battle Court. So that gives you an idea of his caliber, like he's losing to Alex. And Iñaki, I think, would wipe the floor with both of those players. Let the record show. Douglas and Julin winning the set. And right there, if you're looking at it, that's 3-1. A commanding lead with the game day almost in hand. Almost a point for the Warriors, but they let it slip away. Cabrera won in 3 versus Bradley. None of those really all that close. 6-2 in the first one, Cabrera, then Bradley 6-4, and then 6-1 domination in the final set. If you look at, honestly, in that second set with Jedin and Ron, it was 6-5, 6-5 versus Correa and Julin. Could have gone either way. A lot of missed catches in that. I think Jedin and Ron might be kicking themselves that they could not complete the comeback in either of those, because in both matches they got down 4-2, came back. I don't know what it is about Correa. He loves to give up a 4-2 lead. And This time, though, he didn't give it up like he did in the championship. And in the final set, Douglas and Manny got the floor, got wiped out by Urieta and Arat. 6-1, 6-4 in 2 sets. What does it all mean? Time will tell. It's too early to tell. Draws, they're good. Nasty Nate's hierarchy of the current thing. You get a win, you get mostly wins, you're going to make the playoffs. You get mostly draws, you're probably going to make the playoffs. You get mostly losses, you're not going to make the playoffs. So now you guys fully understand, was this a good result for my team? My team lost 5-1. Guess what? It doesn't matter. If you lost, you're lost. Whether it was 5-1, 4-2, 6-0, no difference. You didn't get the point, right? And even if you win 5-1, which is something it has not come up yet. Maybe I'll save that. Questions that I have, I'll save that if I remember questions. Because let's break down. Here's what you're here for. I know what you're here for. You're here for Nasty Nate's thoughts on the Clone Cartel, the Cyclones. I think, who was your draft day winners? The Cyclones. I thought best team. Manu, Iñaki, 1, 2. Amiga Reina is a solid 3. When you listen to the game, Bleckman and Stu, this is a championship team on paper. Well, we put together not a championship team, but a playoff caliber team on paper last season. Didn't pan out because of injuries. So what happened Tuesday on the Fronton? Did what is on paper come to fruition? Unfortunately, it didn't. Lost the game day 4-2. In a game day you'd like to get back. Huge missed opportunities. Honestly, if you ask me, we didn't just leave half a point out there. We left a full point out there. Makes me sick to my stomach. And here's the deal. Every single match went to 3 sets. 6 3-set matches. Oh, there's just been, the Clone Cartel has been afflicted with the 3-set match bug. We cannot win in 2, and we got to win in 3. And it's like, we can't close out the 3-set matches either. Where are your bright spots? Iñaki, Migarena. Look like a good team taking down Zuleika and Arta. Ikeda and Manu, on the start, the vibes were so good at the start of this game day, you guys. You got Iñaki and Amiga Reina dominating the first set, losing a close second one, and then winning a close third one. And then Ikeda and Manu come out 6-2, take down Iturbide and Ubia. And you're going, oh snap. If we get this and we're up 2-0, we're going to have Bueno and Rock, the best Division 6 team, going up against El Barba and Gallo, one of the worst from last season. Just end the game day there. We've already locked up half a point, right? But what happens? Iturbide and Ubia, 6-2, 6-2. Dominate Manu and Ikeda the rest of it. And Ikeda played bad. It was not a good game day for Ikeda in that match. He had a lot of errors. He dropped a ball. I think he had a shot go wide. It was a rough. He picked a serve and then tossed it and it went wide. It was an aggressive, good play. The throw did not go in. A bad final set for Ikeda. And one of the things that when I look at the team, I see Iñaki and Migarena is our Division 3, Ikeda and Manu is our Division 2 team. One of the things I wonder about, and I probably should have asked Bleckman about this and should maybe try to get some clarity, is how are these teams determined? Is there a set rule for how you pick your teams, because there's some teams where like how they seed their division teams, there's like some cheat codes. Like for example, a team that has a cheat code is the Renegades. Goanaga and Flores as a team, undefeated last year. They're back as a team again. What's the cheat code? That's a Division 5 team with a division. Goanaga's a Division 3 player, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah. I think he's the only Division 3 player that's on a Division 5 team. If I'm, you know what? Actually, I don't know. I'd have to go and look at the teams this year to confirm that. But it just feels like that's really high. And if I look at our teams, I like our teams. I like Ikeda and Manu, but Iñaki and Amigurena, that's a 2 and a 3. I know the Renegades have Ben and Gocherry as a Division 2 team. That's another 1 and 4. Manu and Ikeda, that's a 1 and a 4. And maybe that's why we put it as our Division 2 team. But there's some things like, okay, so here's why I bring that up this season. You look at the Devils team, and their team, Nicholas, was their number 1. He's their Division 1 player, right? However, their teams is not structured as if Nicholas is the number 1, right? Their Division 1 team is Nicholas and Hyro. Their Division 2 team is Hyro and Benny. Their Division 3 team is Ferranda and Benny. That's a really Ferranda and Benny, a 4 and a 2 as your Division 3, and all of a sudden you have a Division 4 with Nicholas and Kubala. That's really weird. Again, is that another cheat code team? I guarantee you, I don't need to look at the rest of the teams. That's the only team that's a Division 4 team that has a Division 1 player in it. How does that work? Right? What is the purpose of having these players be Division 1 to 6? And, you know, I go, okay, maybe they make the teams by like the lower of the combined numbers. That's how you rank it, right? So if you have a 1 and a 2, that's 3 total points. That's your lowest pointed team. So that's your Division 1 team, right? But then you look and you see, okay, Nicholas and Kubala, that's a 1 with a 5. So I guess that's 6 points, which would be the same as Ferranda and Benny, a 4 and a 2 there. So I guess it could be that my idea of combining the numbers and ranking it that way is how you do it. And there's just some flexibility there. But putting a 1 in the Division 4 team, I don't know, feels like a cheat code, but at the same time I look and I go, Ferranda and Benny, that on it, it feels like that feels like a weak Division 3 team. So is that weak Division 3 team going to be paid off by the benefit of having a Nicholas caliber player in Division 4, where he's going to be going up against a lot of lower caliber players? But anyway, as I get sidetracked there by my seedings and cheat code talk, let's bring it back to the Cyclones game day here. Oh, this was a tough one to watch. It was a long one to watch because, again, I told you it was a 3-set thing. The two matches where it's like, man, we really let that one go. First one, Bueno and Rock. That should have not gone to 3 sets. They should have beat Gallo and El Barba in 2 because that was a bad Division 6 team. El Barba has flipped to the back now. Gallo is there. And there's no other way to describe it other than Bueno and Rock just did not close the deal. They had a very bad first set against Gallo and El Barba, losing 6-2. Then they came out 6-1. Then they got up 5-2 in the final set and let Gallo and El Barba run off 4 straight points. And I think 2 of which were aces there. Um, it was it was bad. It was one we should not have lost. And just looking back at that was one that if we get half a point. And then the other opportunity was Manu versus Zuleika. And here, like Manu and Zuleika, they've been back and forth for a couple seasons. Most recently, I think Zuleika has gotten the upper hand of Manu more than Manu. However, today this was one where Manu he should have won this match. And if you ask Manu, I guarantee you he will tell you the same, that he should have won it. And here's the moment where it again comes down to that third set. It was 4-6 Zuleika, and then Manu 6-1, and then 5-6 in the final one. But Manu got up in this one 5-3. So he had 3 opportunities to close it out. And there was just an incredible back and forth. I don't remember which point it was. It was either when it was 5-3 or 5-4. I want to say it was 5-4. When it was 5-4, Zuleika took a shot to the outside. Manu read it, got it to the outside, caught it clean. And when you're playing in a singles match, if you read a player's shot to the outside and you catch it, generally that's it. It's over. You're just gonna rocket that back on the inside, and the player, they won't be able to, because right, in order to be able to throw that two wall kill shot that goes outside, you have to put yourself outside, right? It's hard to make that throw that goes way outside with you being inside, right? So in order to make that shot, you're already outside. If you as a player read it, catch it, you're on the outside. You're now both on the outside. You're just gonna rocket a shot down along the wall and get it to the back corner. And that's what Manu did. He threw a hard cortada that bounced low off of the wall, and it was just, you could tell he gave it all he got on that throw. And it was a fortunate bounce for Zuleika. And honestly, maybe looking back at it, Manu put too much on the shot because he threw it so hard that it bounced just perfectly, that instead of staying to the inside and staying out of his reach, it came so hard and bounced low and up that the ball bounced higher than you would have liked it. It popped up instead of staying low. If it stayed low, it's over. Didn't stay low. If it stayed more inside, it didn't. Because it came so hard and just how it hit the wall just right, it bounced up and went more to the middle. And it was actually a relatively easy catch for Zuleika on what should have been a pretty standard game over kill shot. Boom. We save it. What should have been a game day win, we still get the tie. That's okay. Ties are okay. But now we start our season. Disaster, loss, losing a game day where you can't lose game days where you should have won, man. Like Manu Zuleika, that's a toss-up. It never should have got to the point with our team where we were depending on Manu to close out Zuleika. And Manu played great. If he gets that point, and at the end of the game, Manu was clearly super frustrated because on the last play, he kind of buckled. He slipped or maybe like twisted an ankle. I hope he's okay. Fell down, and that him falling down ended it. He couldn't get back up. Zuleika had an easy kill shot, easy win for what you could tell really frustrated Manu, because he had several opportunities where he tried really hard to end it on Zuleika and couldn't get that kill shot, and Zuleika ends it with an easy kill shot because Manu loses his balance, falls down, and Manu looked really frustrated. He slammed his cesta down. He got up, he threw his cesta, he took off his helmet, he threw his helmet, which to me, my captain's locked in. That's all I see. Manu's locked in, and my message to the boys is, so what? We didn't get this first game day. Go out. I want to see you start winning some matches in 2. Get it done in 2. Don't let it go to 3. Be the team that the clone cartel believes you to be, which is the best team in Battle Court. I think this is the best team in Battle Court. I believe in this team, and I'm going to put my energy behind this team, and I think this is a team that can make it back to the championship. Brush off this bad feeling, but use it. Use it. Don't let this happen again. Do not, Bueno Rock, do not lose to an inferior team to an inferior mitten wearing El Barba and Gallo team. I have to pause to say his name because I'm always ready to say Gallo but it's Gallo. Get it. Well, no, I'm not going to say get it. I believe in you. Get it done. Clone Cartel out.